Hi everybody, my name is Buddy Gott. Welcome to Gott Reviews. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2019, and it's probably the hottest day of the year we've had so far. I don't know how hot it is, but it's got to be like between 90 and 190. So naturally, I'm going to review a book then that has the word December in the title. This is actually, I was thinking what book I wanted to talk about today, and it's the midpoint of this year. So I figured, why not look at what my favorite books of the year have been? And it didn't take me long to figure out that my absolute favorite book so far this year has been One Day in December by Josie Silver. And I'm going to do it like this so that I can take a shot later and use it like in my advertising and be like, all right, so seriously, One Day in December by Josie Silver. Let me tell you what it's about. The best way to do that is to read the inside of the book here. 2 people, 10 chances, 1 unforgettable love story. Laurie is pretty sure let me tell you this again, okay? Laurie is pretty sure love at first sight doesn't exist anywhere outside of the movies. But then, through the mist on a bus window one snowy December day, she sees a man that she knows instantly is the one. Their eyes meet, there's a moment of pure magic, and then her bus drives away. Certain they're fated to find each other again, Laurie spends a year scanning every bus stop and cafe in London, hoping for another glimpse of what she trusts is true love. But she doesn't find him. Not when it matters, anyway. Instead, they reunite, little quotes around the reunite, at a Christmas party where her best friend, Sarah, giddily introduces her new boyfriend, Jack, the man from the bus, to Laurie. What follows for Laurie, Sarah, and Jack is 10 years of friendship, heartbreak, roads not taken, and destinies reconsidered. One Day in December is a joyous, heartwarming, and immensely moving love story, and a reminder that fate takes inexplicable, it's not an easy word, inexplicable turns along the route to happiness. And you know what? I agree with all those things there. It is joyous, it's very heartwarming, and immensely moving. I was really surprised by this book. This book was sort of different than what I would normally read. I primarily read mysteries and thrillers and occasional like contemporary literary stories. And my wife had gotten this. I don't know if when I held it up before, you see it's got the BOTM there. It's from a Book of the Month Club. My wife got this and she was reading it and she was sitting there and she was so enraptured. That is a word, right? Enraptured. She was so like enraptured in this book. I could barely talk to her. And she's saying, you got to read this. You got to read this. And then she would share things. My wife's Lisa, by the way. I love you, Lisa. She would read me some passages, but then I told her, because it was starting to sound really good, I'm like, okay, don't tell me much more, okay? Because I want to check it out myself. And as soon as she was done reading it, which really took barely any time for her to read it, I started reading it too. And like my wife's experience, I found myself, I know it sounds like a cliche to be like, I was up all night reading it, but I was definitely staying up later than I had planned some nights because I was just so wrapped up in this story. It's such a good story. If you like romances, if you like something that's a little bit different, because this book, One Day in December, it might go in some directions that you might not expect, or maybe it goes in directions that you're not sure you might like, but then you might like. And maybe I'm being real vague because it's a wonderful book and you should read it on your own. So I'm going to recommend that you read it on your own. Again, check it out. My favorite book of the year so far, for the midpoint of the year, June 2019, it's One Day in December by Josie Silver. Seriously, check it out. It's a really good book. Have a great day.